Hey, what's up, folks? This is Cy here, one half of the 301 Colored Commentators. Thank you for all your viewing and all your listening of our podcast. And the reason I'm up here right now in a huge departure from our usual introduction is because of our last episode number 8 of season 3, where we covered American History X, Wrestlemania 10, and season 2 of The Wire. It was quite a stimulating and interesting discussion, especially the first third of the podcast, where we had guest actor Antonio David Lyons on there with us to discuss his experience on being part of the cast of American History X. Yeah, in order to offset the whole too long didn't read, or in this case, too long didn't watch phenomena, we decided to split the podcast up into 2 parts for the video. The first part will be just the American History X part, and we'll have chapters, timestamps for certain pivotal moments in the discussion. And the other half of the podcast, where there's a link below, right here in the description, we'll be talking about WrestleMania 10 and The Wire Season 2. Check them out, enjoy, distribute us, tell us what you think, and thank you for listening and thank you for viewing. Have a good one. Welcome to the 301 Colored Commentators, a monthly podcast series where 2 black men from the state of Maryland debate and give their hot takes on movies, professional wrestling, and TV shows. So have a listen, have a look-see, but nonetheless, enjoy. Hey, what's going on, folks?
How y'all doing?
Yeah, 301 Colored Commentators. We're back in the building. Season 3, episode number 8. This is a special episode right here. I know I say that usually, but this actually is, because now we have live guests.
Yep.
This man right here, Antonio David Lyons. Yeah, he's our guest for today. Born in Hollywood, Florida, he has several credits to his name. Star Trek Picard, Bosch, Hotel Rwanda, Generation Kill, and one of the topics for tonight, American History X. But first, let's get into what we've been up to lately. Anthony, Antonio, what's been going on with your life? Music, new projects you got going on?
There's always new stuff. I guess the big one right now is kind of related to this image that's here. This is visual artist Valerie J. Maynard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I'm the executive director of the Valerie J. Maynard Foundation. And so we're tasked with stewarding her legacy, which means sort of promoting and preserving her legacy. But we're also, we also train the next generation of sort of arts practitioners, archivists, legacy workers, memory workers.
Okay.
And so we're doing that work right now in Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Are there any events or functions that are open to the public to support in this manner?
We just had an event August 22nd.
Okay.
And it was the first what'll probably end up being an annual event in Baltimore that celebrates Valerie's birthday, but also celebrates our interns at the same time.
Okay.
And the work that we're doing at the foundation. So that was really incredible.
Nice. Okay.
But there'll be these moments where we're partnering with other local organizations to do some trainings around sort of archival practices.
Okay.
So we're really excited about that, to sort of be able to provide those opportunities for people to learn how to do that work in their own archives, in their own families, or for other artists as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good way to help.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I'll where I can support, or where we can support.
Well, fall giving is coming. I just heard this was a term by a development person where people have an opportunity to give resources to support the work.
That's what I'm saying, give resources.
All right. Good to know. So I will link and talk about that off air as well. So sure. Yeah.
Didn't you go to that Clips concert recently?
I did.
How was that?
Actually, I went to 2 concerts recently. 2. Clips was one, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Great performance. I think even as the catalog was great in that the new album.
Oh man.
But I think some of the most touching moments in that performance was the dedication to the parents. That first song on the album.
Yeah.
When they performed that song, which both of their parents are late now, and it was a way to pay homage and appreciation to their parents in their own way. Both parents were very present in their lives, and even along that, they went they were drug dealers at some point, But even with that, they acknowledge that their parents were always
parents or the
no, the kids. The
kids.
clips.
I was about to say, the second generation. Second generation drug dealers.
Yeah,
listen, family lineage is family lineage.
Right. And like,
I'm just saying, if that was indeed the case, then that just adds another layer to how it is they know what they rap about.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So like, they pay homage to how like their parents preached, discipline and caring for each other, and like, they really honed on that through their pictures. You could tell like they were actually a family. And
they had visuals up there.
Yeah, it was great, very touching, and overall the performance was amazing. Great. The second concert was Jeezy.
Oh,
Jeezy had a orchestra concert at Constitution Hall.
Orchestra?
Yeah, and it was like a ball gown. People were dressed up.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Where are these artists from originally?
Jeezy's from Atlanta. Clips is from Virginia.
They're from Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ironically, they both have drug dealer roots, but they've all, that's in the past. They've channeled their wealth into better things in life now.
And one of the Clips members, Push, he lives here in Montgomery County in Bethesda.
Yeah, he does. He does.
So. In like the boony areas of Bethesda, that like deep in Bethesda where the real rich people are.
Yeah. He lives quite a normal life now. So
isn't that always the goal?
That's the goal.
Oh yeah,
that's the goal. So both set of artists have transitioned into that goal. I think Jeezy now does, in addition to rap, he does a lot of real estate in Atlanta.
Diversify, yes. A lot of rappers, they got out. Most rappers, when they want to diversify, is usually a few things like clothing, liquor, or a restaurant.
Yeah.
Real estate, I'm glad to see. What's that?
I said real estate also.
Yeah. Real estate also, owning properties. And also, Nas, most notably, is a venture capitalist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
He puts all his money in startup companies. Yeah. Well, not all of his money, but
a lot of it.
But that cat was always next level.
Yes, even when he was rapping,
he's still next level as far as a rapper goes. But as far as diversifying himself and making more money, it's like, why? You don't hear many rappers doing the whole investing their money in startup companies.
Well, actually, you don't hear them talking about their investments at all. What are they really doing? Like that would
really doing.
That would be a really interesting sort of case study.
That is very true.
How have successful hip hop artists really diversified their financials?
Exactly.
Particularly if they came out of a process where their income was informal. Initially,
informal.
That's a beautiful way.
You mean getting ripped off by the record industry?
Yeah. No. Informal. Well, that's one way, but informal. If you catch what he's trying to say,
whether it's like street level pharmaceutical sales,
exactly,
gives you initial
capital
to
Why not? Jay-Z did that.
You know what I'm saying,
dude? So, the dealership I used to work at when I was an undergrad, apparently. I don't want to put names out before we get canceled, but apparently the dad was informal at the beginning. Yeah, the father was informal.
I know that.
Yeah, the father was informal.
Yeah,
and his brother actually took the hit for him. So his brother spent jail time, but then the money that they made from the informal money, he invested into the dealership business, and they grew. But it's now generational.
Generational. My brother used to be general manager for one of them dealerships, right? And he knows their family and. It's the car dealership business, even ones that are family owned, they're all sharks, even with each other.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Wow.
Because the owner of that dealership, the way he did his daughter, damn.
Yeah. I can only imagine, dude. Mm-hmm. I can only imagine. What about you? You been up to anything?
I'll be asking more off air.
Stay tuned. I got you.
Stay tuned for that. I want to give a shout out to Soko's Butcher Shop and Deli in Tacoma Park.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been watching them on IG for several months now. And 2 weeks ago, I finally just mustered up the nerve to just go up there because I've been seeing their smash burger being advertised. Yeah. And I'm like, that does look good. I need to go up there one of my off days.
Yeah.
I did. I got a smash burger, some fries that were cooked in beef tallow, and a steak and cheese sandwich. Wow. My God, that smash burger, I swear by that one.
Yeah,
I swear by it now. And you can customize it too. I mean, they say it's potato bread, but this is not potato bread. It's better. It's practically brioche, which is how all burgers should be put brioche.
On. Fancy.
Yeah. Like buttered, toasted. Because the burger's flavors just sink right into it in a beautiful way that doesn't break it.
So you've fully readjusted and been accustomed to going back to the office now.
Yeah. I've been there for 6 months now, and when we got brought back to the office, St. Patty's Day.
Oh wow!
Yes, actually St. Patty's Day. So I had to go out and drink after that day.
Yeah, sad day for remote workers.
Yes.
Formerly remote workers.
Yeah, I mean they gave us a semblance of telework back, but it's like in my case, I can barely use it. Yeah, even when I have legitimate reason, it's like my boss finds a way to keep me from doing it.
I hear it. Yeah, we luckily are still remote, but as of like a week or two ago, his executive order just dissolved our union, so we'll see how that goes in the next couple months.
Oh damn!
Yeah, but there's a court case about that too.
Yeah. The thing is, it pends. So
all of it.
As long as it's pending, they can do whatever they want.
Right.
Yeah.
And plus we got the end of the fiscal year in less than 3 weeks now.
Yeah, for us. So
yeah,
it keeps us real busy.
Yeah, so we don't know what's going to happen at the end of it, if there's going to be a shutdown or something or what. But personally, I'm hoping for a shutdown. I could use the break.
Unfortunately for us.
How do you really feel?
Right. Let us know how you really feel. Unfortunately for us,
it's more political how I really feel.
Because we're self-funded, we probably will be extended. Like when the last shutdown,
the shutdown in 2000,
we had reserves, so we still had to report when they were furloughed.
Yeah, in 2013, I was here for about 19 days.
I worked the whole time.
You worked the whole time, yeah. And that period of 19 days was the most I've ever watched CNN.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. Uncertainty.
Uplifting.
Uncertain.
You're a ball of joy with that CNN situation.
I had to see every day what's going to happen.
Do you? How about don't?
Yeah.
That was just that time.
Normally I don't just for CNN. your sanity.
Sometimes the surprise is great.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
The big surprise was when we got back to office and I got the biggest paycheck I ever got from my employer.
Yeah.
Five figures.
That's a good surprise.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. I'm still kind of pissed off at y'all, but thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate
it.
Mm-hmm.
I know, right?
That's funny.
Yeah.
What else? Fantastic Four. I saw that in the theater. Good film. Very good. Made me forget about the last three.
I've been wanting to see that.
Yeah.
Because I heard it was finally
good. Yeah. Because they failed so many times attempting. Yeah.
And they go right into the story. Forget the origin. And lots of Easter eggs too. It's like, okay. The MCU did this right. Now I have faith you're going to get X-Men right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when a live action. I can't wait for that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's been. I don't know.
You're not confident. You're not confident about the X-Men.
No, who's in it?
I don't know yet. We don't know.
Good question.
And given the whole Marvel multiverse thing, they probably might bring back Hugh Jackman, Halle Berry as different versions of Storm and Wolverine.
That's where it goes for me.
You need
I don't.
Go ahead.
This is very controversial.
But
I have always been pained by Halle Berry as Storm. Should have never happened.
With or without the accent?
Or the bad wigs.
Yeah. Or the bad wigs.
It should never have happened. Set up for failure.
Yeah.
And I love Marvel. I mean, that's my jam.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman, good. But also this Patrick Stewart is Professor X.
Always.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
If we can't, then
don't
make it.
Yeah. Always. Even back in Wizard Magazine, years before an X-Men film was ever in production, they had Patrick Stewart as Xavier for fan casting. Yeah. They had Iman for Storm though, which would have worked.
Which would have been life. And it's not too late, depending on what kind of story they're trying to tell.
Yeah, I mean, older Storm could still work.
When does that start? When are they planning production?
I don't know. Nothing's been gone out about it yet. They're still talking about the current phase and what they're going to plan on doing for Secret Wars, Doctor Doom, all that.
Hopefully, they take our advice. Marvel, watch this when you're figuring out your cast.
We'll tag you in it.
Iman's not older; she's just classic.
And get Antonio in there for something.
Recently, nah.
I got you. Yo, she holds it down.
Oh, yeah?
I remember her mostly from that Martin episode where she was his old teacher and tried to seduce him.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, why couldn't you marry Kayla Turner to do when he was still in grade school? Why you had to wait when he had a wife or a girlfriend?
That's so funny. But I think Cynthia Voria has been lobbying for that role.
She was in
a lot of dope shit.
Yeah,
she's dope. I mean, she's dope, but Iman is still my top.
I didn't even think about it. Mine would have been great.
Yeah,
mine would have been great. Like you said, it's not too late. It's not too late. Marvel.
It's not too late.
Marvel.
It's not too late. It's not too late. And this time, get a right Gambit, not some cosplay Channing Tatum Gambit.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
I mean, for Deadpool, I get the joke of it, but it's like if you're gonna do that for the proper MCU, don't have him look like that.
Yeah,
that was pure cosplay.
Yeah.
All right. Should we
I'd like to make these go boom, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
And they got him, and they got Channing Tatum because he's from Louisiana.
But still, like X-Men is such a gem. It's one of those things you don't want to ruin.
You don't want to fuck it up.
Yeah, it's such a gem. It's Marvel's gem. Like
even in the Doctor Strange sequel, when they showed Patrick Stewart as Xavier, but in the '90s hover chair that he had in the cartoon.
Yeah.
I'm like, this something about this looks so cringy right now.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's different reality, but if you're gonna do a main MCU joint, don't do that.
Yeah.
A wheelchair would have done a proper wheelchair.
Yeah.
With the blankets over it.
That's right, though. Yeah,
that would have been fine.
It would have worked.
They can use some consultants who are from the disability community.
Oh.
To get it right.
Spot on.
Yeah, they should.
Spot on.
I mean, we're in that age where it's just like
you do it properly.
There's a consultant.
Exactly.
For
Exactly. Do it properly. Do it properly.
Even down to accents, like American accents.
Like you said, we're at the age now where you can actually hire authentic people that have those accents. Like you don't have to go around
dope fucking people.
You don't gotta go there and just immerse yourself in the environment just to learn the accent or learn the lingo. Like Gary Oldman, when he did a True Romance, he lived in New York for a little bit in order to get the character of Drexel right, a white boy who thought he was black. And he was.
It's not just about the living, because the thing that happens, and sometimes I get feel some kind of way about this, because I find that there's a very different resources that are made available for Black and brown artists than for our white counterparts.
Okay.
Right? So, and what those resources look like is like, we will pay for you to be in that place, right? And we will pay for this dialect coach like a year or 2 years prior. That work with you so that you get that thing right. And there's going to be somebody who's competent in the thing, because I've had way too. I used to live in South Africa, right?
Yeah.
So so my South African accent is pretty on point.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm just like, I can do a version of a South African accent, but there are certain types, like I'm not going to be like native Zulu. Right?
Yeah.
I can be that guy who born and raised in South Africa, who then went overseas for like college, came back. You know what I mean? Like, that's
I
why
get you.
English.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And I remember doing a project, and they were like, "Oh, here's a dialect coach, right?" So, dialect coach, non-Black, non-South African, never lived in South Africa,
kills the point. How?
Had visited South Africa before. And he was going to be my dialect coach for a South African accent after I had lived in South Africa for 15 years.
That's some RFK Jr. shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Red flags.
They're like, hey, he's ready to work with you, right? And this is like on set. This is not prior to or anything like that, right? And then he says, okay, so let me hear your accent. And I was like, so which South African accent are you listening to?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Because they're different tribes. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Because they're different ethnicities and cultural groupings.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing an English-based South African accent from a person who is culturally Zulu or Sotho or Tswana and Ndebele, and it's going to all sound a little different.
Yeah.
And if that person is from Johannesburg or Durban or Cape Town or
they'll have
rural areas, I'm like, which one you want? Because I can give you multiple, but like,
it's true.
The flex is different.
It's true, and that's to speak on it. Like, that's true for just about every other country in this world that has large ethnicities. Even in the UK itself, where English is the language, in different areas it sounds different.
It sounds different. I mean, you've actually lived there, so you know better than me. But when I see it on TV, I just hear like the Cockney accent and the proper British accent.
There's like Mercurian. So that's like Manchester. There's the Scousers, which are like Liverpool. Very different accents. Yeah. Very different accents.
And when you go, it's like wild to hear those.
Exactly.
Like,
and sometimes it's like, are you really speaking English?
Right.
Like, It's real. It's a real thing. So you can even in that where there's one language.
Yes.
They have different accents. Imagine in countries where there are different languages and different areas.
Yeah, even in the U.S.
Even in the U.S.
Like New York, for example. Like the New Yorkers are quick to tell you they can hear a Brooklyn accent from a Queens accent.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't tell the difference between you guys in New Jersey.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to actually live there in order to get it.
You almost were close to
what happened?
To the accent
someday. You guys in New Jersey. There was something that was happening.
My mother's from Connecticut, and I went to UConn, so I spent a lot of time in Connecticut, and it comes out from time to time.
Yeah.
What part of Connecticut?
New Haven.
Yeah, he's a Husky for sure.
Yes. I'm UConn, but I'm not Yale.
No. I spent a lot of time growing up in Hartford.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. All right,
gents.
Let's
get started.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. The first topic of the evening we're going to be discussing is not even the evening of this afternoon, early afternoon.
Yeah.
We usually do this at night.
Yeah.
Is American History X, released October 30th of 1998. The film was directed by Tony Kaye and written by David McKenna, who also wrote the screenplay for Blow. Good movie too.
Yeah.
The film stars Edward Norton and Edward Furlong as two brothers from Los Angeles who were involved with the white power skinhead neo-Nazi movements. Norton is the older brother, and he serves 3 years in prison for voluntary manslaughter. He killed two black men who were trying to steal his truck, one of which was played by Mr. Antonio David Lyons here. He played Lawrence. We'll get to his infamous scene.
Yeah. I have a story about that too. Yeah. When we met. It was funny.
He serves time for manslaughter, but is rehabilitated during his time in prison. And upon release, he tries to keep his brother from going down the same fate. The film, it also stars Fairuza Balk, Stacy Keach, Elliot Gould, Avery Brooks, Ethan Suplee, and Beverly D'Angelo. Yeah, McKenna, he wrote and sold American History X when he was 26 years old, and he drew from his upbringing in Los Angeles and the California punk music scene, as well as interviews with real-life skinheads. The film was made on a budget of $20 million and grossed $24 million worldwide, but it was critically praised, so much so that Edward Norton, he actually received an Oscar nomination for his work on here. Funny thing is, he was actually offered the role for Saving Private Ryan, the lead role, the one that Tom Hanks got. Mm-hmm. And both men were nominated at the 98 Oscars. Neither of them won.
He turned it down for this one.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, and this film, it's also been used for educational purposes here in the U.S. and in other countries. And it's well known that there was controversy in the film surrounding the director and Edward Norton. Edward Norton, he's known to providing input on a lot of his films, so much so that it's like he comes off like a control freak. That's why he got kicked off from Hulk.
Oh.
Yeah, the Incredible Hulk. If not for that, we'd be seeing him as Bruce Banner.
I see.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Tony Kaye and New Line Cinema, they were in disagreements about the final cut for this film, which Norton, he had a pivotal role in conceiving. The longer film version, which Tony Kaye wanted after Danny gets killed in the end of the film. One scene that Tony Kaye wanted in there was Norton going to the bathroom and shaving off his hair and becoming a skinhead again. Mm. But Norton didn't want that. He said it defeats the purpose, the message of the film.
Yeah.
And Tony Kaye, he actually filed a $200 million lawsuit against New Line Cinema for releasing the Ed Norton version of the film and not his version.
Really?
And he wanted his name taken off it too. Like, take my name off this film. I don't want to be associated with it. It's not mine.
Wow.
And since then, he hasn't had much of a good standing in Hollywood.
Which would make sense, I guess. Wow.
Yeah, Anthony over here, he put me onto it in college when we were juniors.
Yeah.
I bought the DVD for it from what used to be FYE, and I was shocked. I was shocked by how good this film was. The acting, Norton's acting especially, the different phases he goes through, and the themes of the film, and how for once in a film about racist people, it didn't show them as a bunch of dumb, clueless, redneck racists.
Right.
That's what I found intriguing about Norton's character.
Right. Yeah, I stumbled on this movie in college, undergrad, freshman year. You know, back then, which is 2001, like every college, or almost every college, had like a station that had like fairly new movies or movies that were like pretty good.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so like it was on there. I'm like, I know quite a few of these actors. How come I've never heard of this movie? Because it apparently came out in '98.
Yeah.
I thought it came out around then. So I was like, okay. And it caught my eye watching it, like the dynamics of the movie. Because like I tend to be, things like this interest me because like having to like live around the world and like assimilate with different cultures. I always try to figure out why people behave the way they do, or like things like racism and hate. Why are those dynamics so prevalent in when there's an element of difference, you know? So like I watched this and I thought it was a pretty interesting movie, and I thought the actors did a great job. So like it's one of those movies that I, even though I watched it for the first time, I kept watching it. So like I know it at the back of my head, So like back to the story, like at a mutual friends get together for a birthday. I met Antonio. And in the midst of just regular conversation, we're having a conversation, I'm like, dude, you look familiar. Do I know you from somewhere? He's like, I don't think so. I'm like, nah, your face looks way too familiar. So he's like, oh, yeah, I asked, so maybe you see me in a few of my shows or movies. I'm like, it's probably not that, but go ahead, like list some of them off. So he goes, I'm like, nah, I don't think it's Star Trek. He gets to American History X. I'm like, American History X, I know that movie pretty well. He's like, the scene. And I was like, say less. That's where I know you folks. So immediately we clicked on that, and like, it's an honor to have him here.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I thought this movie was great. And then at the time in 2001, seeing Edward Norton, I thought he was going to be. I thought his career was going to just catapult, because I saw potential in him. At the same time, I had seen the movie he did with De Niro, where he
De Niro?
Yeah, he has a movie with De Niro where he acts like he's disabled. I forgot the title.
Not Primal Scream,
no,
is
you're
it?
talking about Primal Fear.
Is it Primal Fear?
Richard Gere.
Is it
Richard Gere? He's his lawyer, and Norton played a character with multiple personalities, and that twist was revealed at the end.
Was it was Richard Gere? It wasn't De Niro?
No, it wasn't De Niro. Richard Gere, Laura Linney.
Yeah, I'll double check, but as we go on.
Yeah, that's what made Norton a star right
there. But yeah, I was like, this guy has range. But he never quite got to what I thought he'd get to. But I mean, that's one thing or another.
He's a cult. He's a Hollywood star, but also a cult favorite. Like Fight Club, he always be up for that.
Yes, that's another one. You know.
Also, even though he was born in Boston, he's from here.
Oh, he's from Maryland.
Yeah, he was raised right up the road in Columbia.
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I see. Just like Sylvester Stallone, we found out he lived in Silver Spring at one point.
And went to Blair. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. But and I see Edward Furlong. You know, as a child, Terminator 2. He was the kid.
Right, exactly.
So I'm like, oh wow. You know, so I was drawn to the movie. The story was great. But yeah, I'll let Sai continue to kind of outline the movie, and then we'll chime in on certain scenes and parts of the movie.
The flashbacks of the movie is mostly told through flashbacks, which are shown in black and white, and that's deliberate because of the theme of the movie.
Yes.
And the opening scene, I found this funny. It shows Norton is having sex with his girlfriend, loud sex. And the girlfriend, Fairuza Balk, Stacy, she's wearing combat boots the entire time. I mean, that's gangster.
Like that's like the opening scene, pretty much.
Pretty much,
yeah.
And Antonio's character, Lawrence, and another actor, they portrayed men that were trying to steal Norton's character, Derek Vinyard, his truck. Mm-hmm. And Danny, played by Edward Furlong, he goes to tell Norton, and that's when the fateful night begins.
Yeah.
He just comes out in boxers, combat boots, all the tattoos showing, and Norton put on 30 pounds of muscle for this role too.
The Score was the movie I'm talking about. He did with De Niro.
Oh, The Score.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that came out in 2001. I saw that in college, and I was like, wow, he did a great performance in that show, that movie. So I was like, yeah, I was convinced that he was going to be the next big De Niro-ish like guy with range, but
I think his reputation in Hollywood, because of being a control freak, that's kind of what's hurt him a little bit. I mean, he still has a job. He still get jobs.
I mean, he's good. He's good. So yeah. But yeah, sorry for interjecting.
Yeah, and then the present day scenes, it consists of it's all in color, And the opening color scene is Danny in the principal's office because he wrote a paper advocating for Hitler as a civil rights leader.
Kampf.
Yeah, writing about Mein Kampf. And the history teacher, his mother's old boyfriend, Murray, he's Jewish. He tells the principal, played by Avery Brooks, and they're discussing Danny, saying, I'm not doubting the child's disturbed. Mm-hmm. What's it called? His brother didn't put him up to this, and I'll deal with this. So he has Danny. And amazingly, the present-day scenes, they take place in the span of a day, right?
Yeah, because he's kind of released from jail.
Yeah. Norton's character's released from jail. Yeah. But the Dr. Sweeney, Avery Brooks' character, he tells Danny that this paper is crap. You're going to write a new paper on any topic you want, and I'll be the only one reading it. And very tellingly, due to the ending, right, he tells Danny, if that paper is not on my desk by tomorrow morning, you will be a ghost at Venice Beach High School.
Ironically.
It never got on his desk, and he became the ghost of Venice Beach High School.
It's one way to put it, yeah. It's one way to put it, yeah.
And also, did you notice that of all the Vinyard entire family, all their first names start with the letter D, except for the little girl, Allie. Dennis, Doris, Derek, Davina, Danny, and Allie.
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, good observation there.
And another thing I observed, that nice house they had in the flashbacks, right? And then they get downgraded to like some rundown apartment. Yeah. They don't talk about it in the film, but the script shows what happened. They said the father's pension after he died, and Derek's legal fees, they forced him to put up the house.
Okay, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I think. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go.
I think we were discussing this briefly off air. There was the dynamic of indoctrination, I mean, throughout this whole movie, that kind of spans across more than just like the whole racist skinhead thing. I think it's just in human nature in general.
Nail them when they're vulnerable.
Yes, when people when a person or individual is going or has a serious traumatic event in their life, specifically usually when they're young, they get put into like a very vulnerable, hopeless state where they're easily molded and brainwashed if approached the right way. And you see throughout this movie, especially with Edward Norton's character, his dad was originally racist, right?
And he was like saying things like at the breakfast scene they show close to the end of the flashback.
Yes.
Yeah, when he says, "What book they got you reading? Native Son."
Native Son.
Why are you reading black books instead of great books?
We had to read that in high school. Actually, that's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, the thing that you're talking about right now is one of the things that drew me to the project.
Yeah.
When I read that script, I was just like, this story hasn't been told before.
Yeah.
And I was like, we've never gotten the opportunity to understand how the racist becomes the racist.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I think of it less as indoctrination in terms of what happened to them, but what happens when people exist in a particular culture, when certain behaviors are normalized.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that the father was intentional on, I'm going to teach my child to hate.
No, I don't think so.
To hate black people, and I'm going to systematically figure out a way to shift him from one state of being to another, right? Which is kind of what we think about more in terms of brainwashing. But there was this normalized culture that was normalized by everybody in the house, and in the community that they lived in.
Yeah.
Right. It was like reinforced. If not reinforced, it was accepted.
Accepted, yeah.
You know, and so for me to sort of really have the opportunity to read that script and to audition for it, I was just like,
it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. You know, and I was young at the time. I mean, I'd done some other work, but not anything at that level. I think, and it's interesting because I think like the big thing I'd done before that was a really beautiful guest star on New York Undercover.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And so it was like a very large guest star playing this character that was from Rwanda, who was like brought to this country to assassinate people. Right.
Wow, okay.
And so it was really interesting for me to sort of do that kind of character and then come into this moment where, oh, this is how violence is unfolding in another way.
In another way,
within American society and culture that seems to be also normalized in terms of the kind of violence that we enact on each other.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So it was really, for me, it was just really, really powerful and a heart's desire to be like, I want to be a part of this project.
Mm-hmm. How did you prepare for your role?
You know what? I have to say that, like, I'm a trained actor, so I have a bachelor's in theater, and then I moved to New York and then just started doing a shit ton of theater as well in New York. And with that particular role, it was really about, and this happens for a lot of actors, like you read a script, and there should be something that is very spiritual that happens and very intuitive that happens that locks you into, if it's well written particularly, that locks you into a character in a particular moment, right? And the preparation wasn't as deep as you would think, because it is preparation that we have lived with our entire lives.
Facts.
Yeah. Right. As Black people in this country,
facts.
You are raised with this understanding that you are always othered, that there is always a possibility that violence will be enacted on your body.
Yes.
Because of just who you are.
Yes.
Right.
That is true.
And that, and you've seen it your entire life. You know what I mean? The historical footage of what happened in the 60s and the 70s and 80s or whatever, right? And so the really only other dial-in moment for me was because that final scene, it was very much a part of the audition process.
Yeah.
In which my character is killed. And it was really like, what does it mean to be a Black man in America in a position where there is a racist person trying to take your life?
Yeah. I think also, like, the script and then the movie does a good job in the midst of everything to show that Edward Norton wasn't born racist. Because like at the beginning you see he's embracing that book. He's embracing Dr. Sweeney.
Yeah.
He loves the teacher. Like he's opening his mind to so much. And then only to be shut down, like you said, by his immediate environment. That's that's home. And like eventually that has greater influence on you than the outside,
And how much of that, his later actions after his father's death, really, how much of that has to do with him just wanting to please his father? Because you see him agreeing with his dad at the breakfast, he was like, yeah, maybe it is all just bullshit. Yeah. No, son, nigger bullshit.
Yeah, it goes back to what I was just saying. Like, at home, especially if it's a home that you embrace and you love, there's always that influence, like your parents or older siblings or people you look up to. So, like, their word, as much as you have outside influence, their word has so much more power, especially when you're young.
Yeah.
So much more power.
For life.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you'd be 40, 50 years old.
Yeah, you still like.
But what kind of irked me, though, is like the mother, Doris. She doesn't seem racist at all, but it's like, you enable this with your husband.
It's also the dynamic of the household, right?
Yeah, like, he's the head of the household.
Yeah, so you could tell even with that, like the dynamic was like, he's the head.
She could back off, but she throws some digs in there saying, when's the last time you read anything at all?
Right. Exactly.
But she only goes so far, right?
Only goes so far, yeah.
And so, but you also get the sense that that house was filled with all sorts of violence.
Yes.
Right? And you don't know whether any of his sort of putridness transitioned from language and posturing to actually physical violence upon her. Yeah. Right? Like, you just never know. Like, whenever I've watched that, whenever I've read, you always get the sense that, like, anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think even to your point, like, the point where he loses his temper and kind of even, directs his violence at his sister.
Yeah.
And that's kind of acceptable. Yeah.
The meat in her mouth.
He's probably seen it somewhere in the household where it's okay for him to even do that to his own sibling. Yeah. So you're probably right. Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, that dinner scene and the other scene, the when they fuck up that grocery store, those were hard to watch, because when they hold that woman down and just pour milk on her, perfume on her, and she's pissing and shitting herself.
Yeah.
And the fat boy, Seth Alexander,
played by the guy from Boy Meets World.
Ethan Suplee was on Boy Meets World.
He was one of the big friend, right?
Seth.
Yeah, I think he was in Boy Meets World, no?
He slimmed down a little bit.
Yeah, he's slimmed down considerably. He's a bit built now, yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He is. Remember the Titans, Wolf of Wall Street? Yeah.
Yeah.
His character, during the whole scene, he just takes the hamburger thing, said, no green card, no fucking work here. You're not even a race. You're a comic relief about how stupid racism is. That's what you are for me.
Yeah.
Because even that little song, the Battle Hymn of the Republic that he was singing at the beginning of the film.
In the car.
Yeah. And that concert with those Hitler cosplay motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It's like, there's actually a culture for this too.
Yeah.
That's what scares me.
Like Antonio was saying, this is literally a culture that, you kind of like grow up in, so you think it's normal. And it's embraced as well. And the guy that leads that group,
Cameron Alexander.
He knows
he
knows that like these guys are like, he has them wrapped around his finger. So.
He knows he's charismatic, but like Derek Vinyard calls him later in the film, he's a chicken hawk.
Yeah,
which he takes deep offense to, probably because he knows it's true.
Yeah, he can't do any of it himself.
He can't.
Yeah,
nah.
But he preys on them.
The deleted scene where him after he gets beaten by Derek and him and Seth go to that burger spot.
Yeah,
and there's a veteran outside saying spare change for some food. Like, what war were you in? Vietnam. That's too bad. If you were a nigger, you get a free meal. Give the man a couple of dollars. But in the script, he's like, no, fuck that. I don't want your money.
Yeah. Speaking of hard scenes, his...
bro,
the first time I watched the movie...
I'm still shocked.
The way they took you out was very difficult to watch. Yeah, very difficult to watch.
Norton's character, and the way you bit the curb, and you can hear the sound of your teeth on the curb. And that level of detail,
dude,
was like,
I remember just for a while, like even after watching it the first time, that scene, like that moment, you kind of like cringe, like you have Eddie Furlong. So brutal, like
you have Eddie Furlong's reaction. He's like, Derek, no.
Yeah, because even him,
that's my reaction still every time I see that.
The look on his face is very telling of what he witnessed.
Like, you couldn't believe it.
You couldn't believe it, yeah.
Never mind the fact that it's his first time seeing someone killed, but seeing your brother do it, and with just glee in it.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I've watched the movie 3 times. I haven't watched it since.
How often do
Is it a tough watch for you?
Yeah.
It is, right?
Yeah.
I heard most actors and actresses don't even watch a lot of the films that they appear in at all. Is that true?
No, I watched them. I watched those 3 times. I watched it and each time was at a premiere.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so the first time I watched it was at like a premiere screening in LA, and then I watched it again with my mother actually at a premiere screening in New York.
Okay.
And then at Toronto.
Okay.
How did your mom like it?
My mother was very proud of the work, but it was hard for her.
For her, yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it was...
It's hard.
It's hard to watch.
As a black person, it's hard, especially if you have, like, knowing what we go through here, or if you know somebody that has directly, or if you've gone through it directly, like, to that extreme. Like, there are tiers of it, right? Where, like, you get the unfortunate extreme, whether someone has been killed, sent to jail, like, abused, whatever it is.
Yeah, I think even without somebody, I think that...
It's just tough.
Well, I think that for most black parents, right?
Yes.
Their biggest fear is that something would happen to their child. Well, any parent that something would happen to their child, right?
Especially black parents.
Us,
but then black parents that something would happen to their child by this kind of individual in this kind of way. That level of violence, right?
Yeah.
They have reason to be fearful. Yeah, I mean, the lives of black people in America are, sorry to say, short and fearful, or sometimes long and fearful.
Yeah. I think. Oh, go ahead, sir.
I was going to ask you the scene where your character got curb stomped. Is it true that they used a prop dummy for it, and when Norton stomped his head, the head popped off and rolled down the street?
No, that didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
No. Who said that?
Is that what it said online?
Yeah, on IMDb as part of the trivia, they said they said that in there.
I see.
No, so. But I will say, like most films, but specifically in this one, in that particular scene, that scene was really made in performance, but perfected in editing. Right? Because they did do a full head mold, right? So he didn't step on my head. But including like you were just, it was interesting, like hearing you talk about the sound of the teeth
you could
on the
kind
curb.
of, you could kind of,
So that's sound effects.
Yeah,
because they put a rubber curb overlay over real curb.
Okay,
that was on a real street in Venice, in LA.
Oh wow, LA, yeah.
And guess who was not going to be put in their mouth?
You, of course.
On
the piss curb. Yeah.
Never gonna happen.
Yeah,
not unless you're a method actor.
You know what I mean? Like, And so I did, and it was an overlay on an actual curve.
Yeah.
And I did bite into it,
Yeah.
But when the stomp happens, that's when they cut to the dummy.
Okay. Well edited.
And I would say that film is made in the editing room, but also made in the cinematography by Tony Kaye. And he literally shot that scene. Like, he was a camera operator.
Okay.
Wow.
Tony Kaye was laying on the ground on his side with the camera.
Yeah. Oh, that's a true filmmaker.
Maybe a sandbag under his shoulder, whatever.
Yeah.
And
just so we can get that angle.
To get
his
magic shot.
Yeah.
The shots they need. Like he did that.
That's method directing, damn.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is that a lot of people don't realize about Tony Kaye in terms of like his training and craftsmanship in terms of cinematography, because he came out of commercials. So Tony Kaye was able to have a fuck you attitude because he had fuck you money.
Billions.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like well-known commercial director star.
Yeah. Okay.
Before
the movie.
The movie.
Yeah.
Like,
he had clout.
Hands down. Like, and also, I think coming outside of this American culture and the Hollywood system.
He's English, right?
Yeah, he's British. Was to his benefit in a way to be like,
he's not conforming. He's not conforming to anything.
That's not what I want to do. That's not how I want to do it. You know what I mean?
A lot of English directors, when they come to Hollywood, it's like it's either their way or like Sam Mendes when he did American Beauty.
Yeah. I mean, and it was a beautiful cast. I fanned out when I first got the job. I was like, Avery because he was like the man.
Star Trek
in the day.
Star Trek
and before that, like the other TV stuff that he did.
He is. Like, you're right.
Yeah, right. So that was dope. And then,
how was your experience with the cast and the set? Like,
you know what, it was the experience it needed to be, because unlike a lot of other film sets that I've worked on or TV sets I've worked on, like you develop this camaraderie.
That
is real, it's palpable, that lasts for years, and there's real affinity and a friendship that develops. But that didn't happen on this project, and it couldn't.
I see. Because of the
subject matter.
Because of what was being filmed.
It's
there's no joy. There's no joy. There's no joy.
And I think I think developing that kind of normal camaraderie would have taken away from the ability for everybody to sort of drop into the things they need to drop in.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, people were respectful.
Yeah.
Like, people were generous in the work.
Yeah.
But people weren't trying to develop friendships.
Sometimes they're hanging out outside of work or nothing like that.
Yeah.
No, none
that makes sense. Wow. Yeah.
So, so that was a learning curve. In that sense, because I come from a space where it's like, oh, you get to know people that you're working with, and it becomes very much like family.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I was very grateful to have that distance.
Yeah. For sure.
Because they made the stuff on the basketball very real.
That was a good scene.
That's what I want to ask about. Yeah, the hoop scene. It's like, wow, all y'all got handles.
Yeah. But that makes sense to be able to execute that scene. Like, it'll be a lot more effective if you guys weren't like, embracing each other, like the friendly.
Yeah, and I don't play basketball. I never have.
You never have? Oh, wow.
So that scene wasn't really choreographed. That was like all actual game, but Norton's team was supposed to win.
Yeah. But what I did was, for myself,
is
I did two things. I found somebody to work with. To get form. Some rudimentary things. I was like, well, we're not going to be looking trash.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to be able to sell this thing.
So,
and then I started working with a personal trainer a little bit.
Okay.
Because I was just like, I was like, how much time I got?
Yeah, exactly. I don't play basketball. Let me figure out how to.
It goes back to the thing that we were talking about, right? Because they didn't, I was too far down on the list.
Yeah.
In terms of who
the
was
actors.
Celebrity.
Celebrity
I was
actors.
down on the cover. They weren't offering me those kinds of
things, so you had to do it yourself.
So I was just like, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. I would also say, like, now that you even drew me to this, I think another part of the movie that is really like undermined or underrated is his experience in jail, because I think that's where everything comes to light for him.
Yeah, his group, they're all a bunch of hypocrites, pretty much.
And it's yeah.
And the scene where he finally opens up to what's his name, Lamont.
Lamont, yeah.
Yeah,
the comedian.
Guy Torrey. Yeah. Wasn't his brother in Poetic Justice?
Yeah.
Chicago,
yeah.
Lead him home.
And he was lovely. He was lovely in that film, and I don't think he'd ever done anything like that.
Like that, yeah. He did a good job. He did a good job as well.
Again, that was the scene where he tells him why he's in jail.
Yeah.
And you see Norton's face, the look on his character's face when he realizes this dude gets 6 years for accidentally dropping a TV on a cop's foot. Yeah. I only got 3 years for deliberately killing 2 black guys.
Goes back to what Antonio was saying. Like, this is the things that we face on a daily basis here.
The justice system, it's not built for us; it's for them.
People think we exaggerate that stuff, or like people. You know, I had a conversation the other day at the gym with a white guy. We were talking about like immigration, and like it went from immigration to like the black dynamic in the country, and how he believed that we were exaggerating, and then now I've gotten to a point where like I don't go too much into it. I just ask and steer you to the right direction till you are trapped and you figure it out in your own thoughts. Like, you know what? He has a point, and that's where I kind of took it to
without it pissing you off.
Yeah, without because like I don't have the energy anymore. Like, come on. So like I took it there, but this is like an illustration like to what Antonio was saying. Like. And this is why, like, it's a hard watch for him and for a lot of people. Is these things happen in real life?
They do. Even with the moments of levity in the film, like the scene where Guy Torrey finally makes Derek laugh, and they have that improv conversation about the Celtics versus the Lakers.
Yeah. Like in the laundry room.
Yes.
Well, we were having a conversation earlier.
Yeah.
And one of the things that came up was just how important this film is and how dangerous it is.
Yes.
And which is why I think also the scene that Tony Kaye wanted to include was really important.
Yeah, the ending scene of Derek reverting back.
Yeah, because the first time I watched the film, I was a little disgusted because I got lulled in. Like, I went, whoa. I'm feeling sympathy for this racist guy.
Yeah.
Like why? How is that possible?
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? And that says a lot about the script and the storytelling and the visual elements and just how it all came together. It's just like I feel sympathy for this person who did this horrific thing, and it is this person that has caused so much harm. To other people, right? And then you kind of leave on this hopeful note, like, oh, there's this possibility that this person can be redeemed and reformed. And and then you also go, your brain will want to make the next leap that like, oh, in the real world, people, and the reality is that they don't.
They don't.
You don't believe a racist can be rehabilitated? Or
I don't know. But what I do know is what the reality that I've witnessed. Right. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm like, if you're going to give the reality, give the full reality. And the full reality is that it will not take this one moment of loss of life or the loss of life of his brother to make him shift and decide, I'm going to leave these, what was he like, maybe like 26 or 27, I don't know, maybe 30. Like this lifetime of being programmed in this particular kind of way. Without some sort of support, intervention, counseling, therapy. Like it's
the real factors
level of work. Oh hell no.
That's a very good point. That's actually a very good point.
That's a good point because even the character's experience in prison, it's like I get why they would change you, but the prison rape scene. That's what really. What I was going to your point though, there needed to be a lot more than just mere traumatic incidents in jail to convert him from being a racist.
That's what he's saying. Like,
exactly.
Because the prison rape sense is like, really? Like that's no what you needed was like The film ended. He was still a racist, and then there was a series.
Yes. No, seriously, you
right?
just got
and
a
then
point.
There was like the series, or a sequel that you then are able to track him through.
How he unpacks
kind of transformative journey.
Yeah, how he unpacks all of it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If that happens, like you know what I mean, like.
That's actually a very good point.
Yeah, it's just...
very like realistic point. Like, because he's right. So like at the end of the movie, it's a very Hollywood approach to
it is, especially with the
one moment,
especially with the beach showing and Danny and Derek as little boys on the beach. It almost ends on a saccharine note, like a sugary note.
Yeah. And like he said, like one or two events or moments change, like he said, a whole lifetime of this indoctrination and being
and not just indoctrination, like he made choices.
He chose to do this.
You're right.
Like,
you're right.
He chose to get them tattoos on him.
Yes,
he chose to lead that neo-Nazi gang.
Yes.
Do you all have tattoos?
None. I don't want nothing.
So I got 4.
Yeah.
And I am here to tell you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I get a tattoo, there is a choice.
Yeah.
It is a real choice
about
this level of pain that is you're going to experience for this next hour or two
more.
As this thing is happening.
Yeah.
Like you making a choice of what you're going to pick out, what that tattoo is going to be, what its symbolism means, where you're going to get it placed. And then you're going to build up to that moment where you're like, I'm going to go through this again.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. So there's a moment that you have a moment of clarity to be like, is this really what I want to do? And he had some very, profound swastikas and all symbols of hate on his body.
And his neo-Nazi group, their name was the Disciples of Christ.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Really? You don't got no crosses tattooed on your body or nothing like that, neither.
I mean, it's not surprising because like a lot of the basis of justifying slavery was taken from the Bible.
Look at
it was incomplete. What you call it? Interpretation.
And I like how his character, as vile as he is, even he has he has standards. Like at the dinner table, when his sister accuses him of being Mr. Junior KKK, he's like, I am not a member of a group of fucking low-rent rednecks like the fucking KKK.
I can't believe you remember these lines.
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw it? You just saw it again recently?
Like a few weeks ago. But I look at my collection up there. It's like
he has it. He's got a very good memory.
I have a good memory. I've seen a bunch of other films. I can just do them in their entirety.
He's very gifted.
Incredible.
Very gifted. Very gifted.
Because when I am learning lines, I am here to tell you, it is like pulling fucking teeth.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
I'm like, we're going to get it in here, but we're going to need some lead time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You develop techniques and stuff to do it, but still, I have a cousin who's like,
and he's got it.
She's good.
Okay.
I was just like, I hate you.
Yeah. He would be one of those.
Not entirely, because what's it called? Some of them impressions I do on social media, I did from A Few Good Men, the first scene that Nicholson appears in, where he goes in a tirade about how Santiago's going to stay where he is or whatever. I had to watch it like 4 or 5 times before I could actually get that whole thing in my head, including his mannerisms, how he was saying things.
Yeah.
Without a script.
Without reading a script,
Yeah, that's a whole other skill set.
That's impressive.
People say I should get into acting, but I don't.
I'm just sort of curious about, like, from a emotional sensory level.
Mm-hmm.
Every time that you both have watched this movie, what is the journey that you go on? Like, not in a cerebral kind of way, but what is it that comes up in your body and your system?
As many times as I've seen the movie before, there is a certain level of not apprehension, but anxiousness, especially in regards to certain scenes, like the dinner scene, the curb stomp scene, prison, and the scene where where we first see him go off about after his father dies, right? Those were hard to stomach for me. So it's like sometimes I got to just take a deep breath and just like prepare myself to actually just watch it in full without turning away or going to my phone. Because the things that are hardest to look at, getting a look at them in full it should make it easier to look at later on. It should make your mind being able to process more easily. Not with this film. As many times as I've seen it, things still make me uneasy. The curb stomp scene, I still have that shock in my face when it happens. Like, and also before we got started here as well too, like the arguments that Derek Vinyard was making to back up his racist tirades, he backs them up with facts, stats, and that's something right there that makes me uneasy too, because it's like it's easy to get lost in how articulate the guy is and what he's saying, but at the end you got to remind yourself, you're smart, but you're a fucking racist, so I can't listen to you.
Yeah, I echo a lot of what he says. So a lot of the dynamics are still they remain very difficult to watch between the character in jail, your scene especially, but even more so, like the scenes where like you're seeing rationale for why they do what they do as racists. Because the reason why it's difficult is because, I saw this movie in college, but as I got older and got into these conversations or watched documentaries or even on the news in recent times, you see a lot of the same thing. You see a lot of the same thing. So it's like a battle that sometimes it feels like, are we fighting a lost cause? But I also say this, I do try to watch the movie sometimes to try and see things from like a bland human nature lens in regards to like Derek's character. Like, is it because he is in a place of just trauma and being in that environment, product of his environment, that is why he is what he is? And granted, he makes this choice. Is it with this being present? Is it possible to unpack this and fix it, like you said? But one or two scenes is not going to do that in reality. Like it's things like therapy and having that conversation with the elephant in the room with other races that you hate because you don't know any better. You haven't been around them to understand their dynamic. Yeah. Are those things fixable? In reality. So I try to see those things in that kind of lens instead of just always being pissed and just like, F you. There's always that element. Yeah. That's what. Yeah.
I believe someone like that character can be reformed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like your past is still gonna haunt you because you owe. Of course. For all the wrong you've done.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
What you all shared is the thing that I instinctively knew made this film important and still makes it important and relevant, because there's a story and there's the storytelling, there's the technical aspects of it. But most artists choose work that they know or sense will leave people with something that has the ability to impact their lives forever. And the thing about this story was that, for me, I sensed that it could bring something up in people that at the very least would make them think about their choices, about the world we live in, and humanize people in a way. Whether it's my character, Lawrence, who's murdered, or Derek's character, or, any of the other characters that experience some sort of trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That there would be this ability to go, what about the other?
Yeah.
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 Agreed.
Because those feelings are a connection.
Yeah.
Right?
What about the others? That's a good point. And I find myself, whenever I watch it, I try to think about it in that lens, and like in the element of flaw. As you get older, even people that you look up to, you also see their flaws, and you're like, you find out, the roots of their flaws. You're like, dang, it's not right, but I understand where it's coming from.
Yeah,
that kind of thing. So
like with parents.
Exactly. So I try to watch when I watch this movie, I try to watch it from that lens. The same thing we did this last season, Shaka Zulu.
Yes.
I watch it so many times. Like I rewatched this series, and like I try to the one with Henry Seal from
back in the day.
Back in the day. So I try to watch, try to see it from a different lens, because it's a chess game between the British colonists and then Shaka's greed for power, even though he's a genius in what he's built in the Zulu nation.
Mm-hmm.
I would love for y'all to do a comparison between that one and the most recent one out of South Africa.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that one either myself.
Yeah. Is it a movie or a series? Okay, I'll look it up.
Where's it on?
Look it up.
You might be able to find part of it on YouTube.
I'll find it.
You have to dig
it's good.
for
Is it good? You think it's pretty good? I'll check it out.
In partitions on YouTube, probably. That's easy.
I'll check it out. Definitely check it out.
That's how I watch North and South, all through YouTube.
That's another good one. That's another good one. We did that in was it previous or two shows ago?
2 shows back.
Yeah. That's a good one.
It's a dope cast too.
Yeah, I'll check it out, because I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of the old one.
Other fun facts about this film: the Dennis Hopper, he was originally slated to direct it, but they couldn't pay his fee of $1 million that he wanted. And what else? Joaquin Phoenix, he was offered the role of Derek Vinyard, but wasn't comfortable with the subject matter.
Really, Joaquin Phoenix wasn't comfortable with the subject matter?
That's a very interesting point.
Who else? What else is in here?
Interesting fact.
Oh yeah, Avery Brooks and Jennifer Lean. They were both on Star Trek. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and which actually ties into the film itself, because Star Trek, as it was originally presented, was a social commentary and had a deliberate, intentional multicultural cast.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: how did this movie and this role for you in this movie propel or open other doors in your career? Did it take your career on a ride? Did it channel anything, or?
No, unfortunately, it
no,
didn't.
okay.
No. So the ride is about the ride is crafted.
Okay.
Right, and the ride is crafted, and the ride is often fueled by money, resources, and like who you know, and what you know.
Okay.
And so I didn't know what I needed to have in place to really take advantage of the moment. So like, your own sort of PR team that really helps to sort of get you out there. You know what I mean? Like
you did say you were very young at the time too, so you're still...
I was 24, 25.
Okay, so you're still kind of learning the ropes of... you had done other stuff, but this was more one of the main ones, right?
Yeah, the only things I'd done before this was I'd done an under 5 role on All My Children.
Oh, cool.
I did guest starring on New York Undercover.
Yes.
And then I did this project.
Okay.
And then I did like I didn't do a lot of the guest starring TV stuff after that. And then I did a really god-awful film called The Substitute Tube.
Substitute.
I saw the first one with Tom Berenger. Yeah,
it was so bad. I made some really good friends out of it.
But the movie itself was
so bad.
That was a direct-to-video, wasn't it?
It might have been, yeah. And then it was like, and the people that produced it, the rest was like, they were shit people.
Oh wow!
But the guys on that set, like we're still
very close.
Close with some of them, very close to some of them, like, but still affinity with most of them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like if we see each other, we're like, yo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Okay.
That's more than more than just set camaraderie.
Yeah. No, it was really dope, and it was also like the time, It was a good time, and we shot it in New York, and it was good to be back in New York working on the project.
Like a Substitute 1 was in Los Angeles.
Yeah. We shot in New York.
I saw that.
What it has done though, it's because it's such a well-respected project, and the performances are like really good and memorable, that whenever I enter the room and people are like, oh, you did American History. And that's globally, right? I'd moved to South Africa, and I didn't move to South Africa to be an actor. And I got invited to a party. I go to this party, and somebody who's there, who's a producer, introduces me to a director who was in the country doing a project. And And they started running down my resume to this director, like, oh, he's here and he did this and this and he was in American History X and blah, blah, blah. And then, you can see this kind of
the director was like, oh, yeah.
Right. And then he tells me about this project that he's in the country shooting.
Yeah.
That he's pre-production for and doing casting for. He's like, hey, have you heard about this project? You want to come in? You want to audition? Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to audition, but I was like, when? And he was like, tomorrow. I was like, I can't. And he gives me his cell phone number.
Wow.
And he's like, give me a call when you get back, because I was going out of town for like a few days or whatever. Yeah. And then so I come back and I audition, and it was Hotel Rwanda. Right. And so,
another great one.
Right.
Another great one.
I got cast in Hotel Rwanda.
Yeah.
But I feel like that light bulb moment.
You were in the hotel, right? In the movie? See? Were you part of the staff at the hotel?
No. I played Don Cheadle's brother-in-law.
Right.
Yeah, so the entire film, they're looking for like me and my wife.
Yeah.
Fighting at the end of the camp.
That's right. That's right. I remember that.
Yeah, the camp. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember now. I remember now.
Yeah. Like we're like in the first part of the film, and then like we've never seen it.
Yeah.
We died.
Another hard film to watch.
Yes. Another film.
Yeah. And that was really interesting because the woman who played my wife in that was Leleti Kumalo, who was the original Serafina on Broadway and in the film. Right?
I saw that in Ghana when I was a kid. It was they showed it a lot of times.
I know about that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like just incredible icon.
Yeah, exactly.
Even at her young age.
Exactly.
So though it did that for me.
Yeah.
Right. So even now, like, people who know it.
Yes.
And I've been really fortunate to be a part of projects that have that. So like people, you go Hotel Rwanda, people like, oh.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Oscar-nominated movie always gets you like, oh, you were in that.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like if that movie was released today, I think it would have a bigger response than when it was in 98. Because I feel like in 98, it caught on over time. Yeah, I think this caught on over time.
I mean, it wasn't as big of a draw in the box office. I mean, like I said, $20 million and it made $24 million worldwide.
It was because of the time when it was released, the era. I think today with...
Not just the era, the films that it was competing with too.
You don't think it would have made a difference?
No, like... Because what happened with that film is also how, when you mentioned earlier about the controversy that happened with it. But but other side of that is the studios decided not to support the film.
I figured.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? So, so there's
limited theatrical run.
Right. And a rollout. Right. So they'll do. So with that film, they're like, oh, we're gonna roll it out in different markets at different times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we'll do like LA, New York. And then we'll do Chicago and so and so. Like only certain parts of the country did it. So,
very
even then people had like short attention spans. Right?
Yeah.
So if the film isn't everywhere at the same time, if you have access to it, but every week there's a new slew of movies coming out.
Exactly.
And then if you're not pushing it
like you're supposed to,
right? Then so I think it was that part of it was like the studios kind of like, fuck you to Tony K.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sue us for $200 million. Watch this.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. No, but anyone that has seen it respects it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Respects
you can write it off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can write off the loss. You're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And that's the business side of it.
Yeah.
Like they actually could.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
What a discussion.
This is my first expose with a person who was actually there on set.
Yeah. One more question before we move to the next topic.
Yeah, shoot.
Favorite part about this movie, or should I say two? It's a two questions. Favorite part doing this movie, and in your body of work, what was? I guess you can do it in more than one. But what was your favorite project that you worked on? As far as acting,
in terms of American History X, for me, every moment that I had on that set with this character, I was able to make really meaningful statements.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So even in the and I've mentioned this before in other interviews, but like even in the moment where I'm about to be killed, and you can hear me like screaming and articulating something, but people can't understand what that is.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, you can't kill us all.
Yeah.
Oh. Do you know what I mean? So this kind of the ability to know that up until the end, I'm fighting this thing.
He's fighting, yeah.
Like you're not. You can take the life, but you're not taking the spirit.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then also, even on the basketball court, to be able to have that moment where it's just like, oh, you gonna be all of this?
Yeah.
Gonna catch his elbow.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that
he didn't call a foul on that neither.
This is like street ball.
Yeah, street ball. Yeah. What? Yeah.
You know what I mean? So those moments for me were like really important because in a film like this, is it's like, how do you pour all the things that you want to pour into a moment? Right? Yeah. So that when people are receiving that, whether they understand what it is that they're feeling or not, like they get it.
They get it. Yeah.
Favorite roles film on TV. I was able to live a childhood fantasy and play a Romulan in Star Trek.
Fair.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
fair.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like I've done some great work.
Picard,
When I got that, it was not an offer, but I'd gotten a call from an amazing director friend, Hanali Culpepper.
Yeah.
So dope. If you don't know her, you know her, and you need to look her up.
Hanali Culpepper?
Yes. Okay. And when you go like, what? Wait. She originated the look and feel for Picard.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because what happens is like when you're that first director, you set the tone for the look and feel of the series.
Yeah.
Right. And so anybody, a lot of people don't realize in episodic television, so like once that look and feel is set, other guest directors that come in, they got to slide into your template.
Yeah.
They can work on some performance things, little nuances things here and there, but you get to set the look and feel. And she reached out and was like, hey, are you in town? Are you available? There's this project. And I was like, what's the project? She said, we can't really talk about it, but it's a new sci-fi thing. And because I look at the trees, I was like, yo.
Word.
And I was just like, yes. She's like, it might be something small. It might be. I was like, listen, I could be Romulan number 608 in the back. You have no idea how much a Star Trek universe means to me. And to be able to be in full makeup and a costume.
You were a Star Trek fan growing up,
Dream come true,
Listen.
Yeah, dream come true.
James T. Kirk.
Yeah.
No. All day.
Yeah, people clown me when I say this. My favorite Star Trek movies, Generations and The Final Frontier.
Listen, I was Deep Space Nining. I was like, all of it.
Deep Space Nine was dope.
Yeah.
I loved every movie, every series iteration. Like, I love science fiction.
Yeah.
And I equally love all the Star Wars series. Give me
Star Wars is dope too. Yeah.
Give me some science fiction. I'm all over it.
Yeah.
And so, just the whole process, like, you go pre-production and like you're sitting in a chair and they're pouring this ooze over your head because a full head mold, and then you get fitted for these prosthetics, and I was just,
I can imagine,
that takes hours.
I hit the ears and everything, the forehead. I was like,
great experience.
Like 4 hours, but it was worth it
every time.
Wow,
that's
and
awesome.
I wasn't just like Romulan number 506 sitting in the back. Headlines. I was, important to the story.
Not just no extra.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
To be on the set, like to be like,
I
get to beam somebody
like a proper.
I hear that, man.
Yeah.
That was
beam.
Great experience.
Falcon neck pinch.
Yeah, that was a really great experience. And then I would say like one other project. I worked with this Namibian filmmaker, and initially I met him in LA as a student, and I was teaching acting for directors at a place called Columbia College in LA. And we became friends. We stayed in touch, and he had this project. He was like, hey, would you be open to come to Namibia to work on this project? And I go, I want to work on this project. But it was just the way he directed was just pretty incredible.
Great. Different experience,
I mean?
Yeah,
like he did some shit that was just like low key pissed me off, but it was just very method.
Yeah.
Like
the low key pissed you off.
You know what I mean? Like he would set up these scenarios and he'd be like, "The fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
Like okay, whatever. We're here now. But the character was an actor who goes to Namibia.
Okay.
To play a historical Namibian role, say like a Shaka Zulu. Namibia.
Yeah.
And it was this project that was like really exploring like identity, like who gets to own Namibian identity and what is it and how is it shaped and formed.
Yeah.
You know, post liberation, post colonization.
Colonization. Yeah.
And there was this one scene in particular where he orchestrated a real press conference to talk about the project at the U.S. consulate with the real consulate general at the time, with real press, right? So it was like, oh, we're here for this, right? He planted somebody in the audience, right, who would attack me as Antonio / character about coming to Namibia to work on a project about Namibians and not being Namibian.
Wow.
Right. And he was a white man. And he was very meta, you know.
Yeah.
And part of me was just like, I know there was something going on and something going to happen.
Yeah.
But it was the most beautiful, realist, authentic moment to sort of drop into.
Yeah.
In performance that was really, it was such a fine line to navigate.
Yeah.
That became part intuitive, part craft, and part technical. That I really, really appreciated
it. Yeah. That's dope.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah. How do we get? Actually, I'll talk to you off air. I want to check that project out. I get the name and everything. If it's available to.
It should be available. They got some distribution for it.
Okay.
And why am I forgetting the name of the film off now?
Yeah. I definitely want to check that out for sure.
Directed by Peravi Kachavivi.
Can't spell that, but I'll get that from you. I'll definitely get that from because I definitely sounds like something I'd be interested to watch. So.
The surname is spelled K-A-T.
K-A-T.
J-A-V.
Okay.
I-V-I.
Okay. I'll check that out. Okay.
And the film is called The Unseen.
The Unseen.
The Unseen.
I will look that up. I'll find it for sure.
It's a beautiful film. It's all in black and white.
Okay.
It's really visually, he did a beautiful job.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. That was a very spirited discussion we had on American History X, folks. All right. Yes. And actually one of my favorite discussions on the 3 years we've been doing this podcast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I just talking about it when you went up, like, I thought it was pretty cool from a different angle, like how you probed our experience watching the movie and kind of like this, you know, I wasn't expecting that, but it forced me to kind of...
It forced us to think. To
like relive kind of, you know, because you watch it, you feel it, and then like, okay, let's discuss it. But then someone actually asking you, you know, what was your take each time you watch it? Like during the scene, how do you feel and how do you navigate that was pretty unique. So for a moment, I found myself like just kind of briefly rethinking and reliving the experience, and why when you feel that way, why the hell would you go back to watch it again?
Yeah.
You know? But yeah.
I mean, unless you really, really like film and just looking at techniques, thematically. Yeah, movies. We watch movies and TV shows because sometimes they make you feel a certain way.
There's some stuff I don't enjoy rewatching at all. Like Roots, I can't really watch Roots.
Yeah,
like that shit. There's no point. There's no point rewatching that shit. Like
I feel the same way about Saving Silverman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the first movie I ever watched where I was like, I don't ever want to see this fucking film ever again.
I heard the movie that the term Uncle Tom came from is also like that too. I haven't watched it yet, but there's actually a movie. The term Uncle Tom comes from like a.
I know the whole how it's been reversed in popular culture.
Yes.
How Uncle Tom was a hero in the book.
Exactly from the so there's a movie that's based on that book.
But people still won't get it right after that. They'll still be calling blacks who they think are trying to be white. They'll still say Uncle Toms instead of the real person who actually was.
Uncle Tom was the opposite of what the term means. Yeah.
What movie was this? What book is it based on?
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Yeah, Uncle Tom's Cabin. Yeah, Uncle Tom's Cabin. And so there's a movie they made off of it that talks about the actual character. But even with that, it's also triggering because it's literally about that. Yeah.
You call him a hero.
The real one.
In the book.
The real one. So like racist white people took that character and reversed its meaning.
Yeah.
And that's why today we use it in a negative way.
Who's a hero for whom?
In the sense that in the sense that he's defying conformity to what's the word? The racial norm. Mm-hmm. And he is more or less rebelling against the white man in a sense, versus him conforming to the white man, which is what the term means now, like just sucking up with the white man. So that's what he really is. He is anti-white, or should I say anti-racist? Or should I say, so he is rebelling against the white culture, exactly,
the dominant culture.
Yes, and so that pissed white people off. And they used his name in the opposite meaning, and then that kind of became the trajectory of what it is today, right?
That's correct. And Harriet Beecher Stowe, she wrote that book.
Yeah. So